Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price.
Hello and welcome to Week 2 of PigskinReview.com's 2008 high school football season. You're watching the Game of the Week. My name's Kevin Briles, and again, you may know me as Super Kev from MySpace. A bunch of you have been sending me friend requests this time. That was pretty cool. I like to see that. Now let's go ahead and get into the Game of the Week. To tell you the truth, we're kind of setting you up. Week 1, we talked about Amarillo High School. Week 2, we're talking about Tascosa High School. Week 3, Amarillo and Tascosa, they play each other. But this is interesting on Week 2. It's the first week that both teams, Amarillo and Tascosa, have played a district team. Amarillo unfortunately got beat on theirs. Let's take a look and see how Tascosa Rebels did against their first district team. Once again at Dick Bivens Stadium, it was a perfect night for football. With Tascosa hosting their first district game of the season, many were sure the Rebels would end the night with a victory. But the Plainsmen came prepared. Armed with plays the hosting team didn't regularly see, Monterey would make Tascosa fight for every inch. Tascosa hit the ground running. Well, passing actually, as quarterback Dalton Brooks found receivers open almost everywhere he looked. First, there was Tanner Dennis for 20 yards. Next, picking the ball out of the air was John Allen for 17. Again, firing in right before a possible sack to Quentin Travis for 29 more yards. A short pass to Casey Burkhart for 9, and an outstanding 49-yard pass to, once again, John Allen. The Rebels finished their first scoring drive with Brooks running 12 yards to their first touchdown. Extra point good, Tascosa 7, Monterey 0. Off to a good start, the Rebels even recovered their own kickoff, but had to be called back due to a penalty. After gaining the ball back, Monterey's defensive line caused Brooks to throw the first of 5 turnovers. At the beginning of the second quarter, the Rebels gained the ball back, and what might have been their second score was an incomplete pass to Josh Parson. During a Monterey drive, featured PigskinReview.com blogger Chris Flores loses his helmet but recovers the ball, lending to the Rebels' second and final touchdown by Dalton Brooks. Before the end of the first half, the Plainsmen had had enough and unleashed their midfield attack. One running play after another, Monterey pushed their way deep into Rebel territory until finally diving in the end zone for a touchdown, closing out the first half 14-7 Tascosa. During halftime, both schools' bands showed their stuff, and on each side, the fans were hungry for a victory. Opening up the second half, Monterey intercepted another Brooks pass and ran it 45 yards for a second touchdown. Though Tascosa had some excellent drives and receptions, penalties and interceptions were putting their hopes of a win at risk. In the fourth quarter, Monterey scored another touchdown and held the Rebels at bay, and things weren't seeming to look any better. Tascosa, upset by their loss, looks ahead to their main rivals, Amarillo High, who also lost their first district game to Lubbock Coronado. Sports editor Lance Lawnard caught up with Coach Parker for a few words after the game.
I felt like that we had a prepared football team. I felt like that our defense would handle their option attack until they were able to make adjustments and figure out how we were attacking it. I think the game is full of momentum, and I think that the good football teams don't allow momentum to end the game. The good football teams learn how to continue to get it done. You know, you don't like it and you don't want it to be that way. But I thought our guys recovered from that just fine. I mean, it still goes into the fourth quarter as an even game. You know, Coach Ratliff was doing a super job. There was lots of chess going on. He kept flopping his extra safety that he put in the game on his 3-man front that he'd never shown before, and we kept adjusted formations and getting him out of the play, you
Right,
know,
yeah.
and we were able to get it down the field, and then in the red zone we just, I don't know, was it 4 times?
5 picks, but I mean.
But 4 times in the red zone.
4 times in the red
Four
zone.
times in the red
Yeah,
zone that we
yeah.
don't get it in, you
Right.
know, and that's a big deal for our team. It's something we try very hard to be 100%, and so we weren't tonight, and if we would have even been 50%, we probably win the game.
Well, there you have it. Tascosa Rebels lost their first district game. But remember, Amarillo lost their first district game too. So this week when they play each other, it should be interesting to see who wins. I bet both teams are chomping at the bit to leave that game with a victory. Hey, support your local teams. Come on out. Come check out pigskinreview.com as often as you can. Remember, Tascosa versus Amarillo will be the game of the week next week. So make sure and tell your friends, your family, your teachers, whoever. Tell them to get a life. Get a MySpace. Come see Super Kev. I'm not the expert, but I'll lead you to Lance Leonard, who is the expert, on ilassoedlance.com. Come and see us. Have a great week, and I'll see you at the game.